Okay, here's the parking lot area where the main rock of character is, oftentimes representing the general area of Vasquez rocks, but we're leaving this parking lot area and we're going to be heading out across this mesa or flat spot towards the 14 freeway down into the canyon where the Pacific Coast Trail actually goes through as hikers are hiking towards the Pacific Ocean. And there's a little creek that runs in the bottom of that, and seasonally there can be some pollywogs down there and some really pretty flowers. So let's see what's down there in May of 2020. Alright, this is where the trail goes down into the area where the creek flows, and sometimes there's the tadpoles are down there. I had walked across this flat area here, and we're heading down. There's the 14 freeway coming in from Antelope Valley into Los Angeles, and here we go. Okay, we've come to the bottom of the hill, and there is a sign here. It says Pacific Coast Trail to the left, equestrian and foot trail to the right. We are going to go to the left and go down into the creek area. I'm going to go up a small hill and then back down into an area that really changes. There's some seasonal water there, flowers, tadpoles, and of course we need to be careful of snakes. Here we go. Okay, I came down this trail here, and then when I got to this lookout, here's the water area down there in the bottom. See some birds flying about, some really nice cliffs here. We're going to go down this trail and then back to the left into the water area. Alright, we're towards the bottom here. Let's just walk on down there. One of the nice things about Vasquez rocks in many nature areas is the placement of signage identifying certain types of plants and trees, of which I need to learn more about. So there's lots of different foliage down here, different types of trees and bushes. And I'm pleasantly surprised this is a decent amount of water flow for May, because a lot of times this can be pretty dry. So I'm thinking maybe we'll see some tadpoles up there. We'll see. I can't remember what time of the year they really like to come out. It probably varies a little bit. But where there's water, there are also animals, so I'm being mindful of snakes hanging out and different things. I see some tadpoles down there, so in the calmer waters, we might see some really cool stuff. Let's walk on down the trail. We're going to go down this area, being careful of poison oak because it is up here someplace. And let's see what happens. Now this is where you want to be careful of the proverbial snake in the grass, because it can happen, and I'm being very, very careful as I step. I'm also trying to look ahead of the trail, or where my feet are immediately going to be placed, and also very close to where my feet are being placed. This is a nice little area. You can hear a little waterfall there. Look at the beautiful flowers with very large cliffs above us. This is a really cool area. It's not actually a cave, but it kind of has a cave-like feeling, and one can only imagine that over the thousands of years before the Europeans settled, the Native American Indians made this a place of refuge and meeting and gathering, because it's a nice little area here that provides some degree of shelter from the elements of the high desert and the winds. You could have maybe built some kind of little partition out in front to block the wind even more, but I wish I knew all the history of this, because I'm sure it's pretty interesting. Well, nature's decided there'll be no tadpoles today here, although oftentimes in years past, this area was full of thousands and thousands of little tadpoles waiting to become frogs. So this water's pretty fast. They like to be in really still water, and that's kind of moving, so it's not the perfect season. They are around. I've seen tadpoles in some of my other hikes, and even the water down below this spot had a few, but this is not going to be the place. There's one. You can see it there swimming around. It's a little black thing with a tail on it. It's kind of charcoal black, hiding by that rock right now. You can see it kind of swimming around there. Up, he's in the rapids, now he's surfing down. So there's another one. So there are a few here. It's kind of exciting. But literally, I've been here in some years where there's just been thousands of them. It's just amazing. And this is where I'm going to turn around and go back. You can go up this trail, and it goes up the little hill and down and under the 14 freeway through a tunnel. But there's some poison oak up here that encroaches upon the trail, and I'm really allergic to that. So I'm going to turn around and go back. There's a lot of butterflies down here, though. I'm enjoying those. The monarchs, see them? I think they're monarchs. Orange, black, white spots flitting around. And so we're going to go back through that canyon and up the hill back to the parking lot. It doesn't take much water and much gravitational fall to create beauty in nature. Just that little bit of water and a little bit of fall off the rock. Listen to those beautiful sounds. Alright, we're back here to the truck in the main parking lot area. Had a really nice little hike today. About an hour and a half. If you park here in the main parking lot by the majestic rock there, walk out across the flats towards the freeway, down the hill to the creek, check out a few tadpoles and flowers and bushes, and walk back. It's about an hour and a half. Relaxed pace. Nothing really hard. Only thing moderately challenging is walking up this slight hill on the way back, but it's no big deal. And I'm happy to report that I saw a handful of my students out here with their moms, and they reported to me that they've been taking the kids hiking different places each week, and so that made me feel really happy that they're out doing that and taking action on things that we've discussed in PE on so many different occasions.